Okay, welcome to week 2. Let's take a look at your assignments for this week. And so again, starting off with that questions and conversations discussion board. Please keep using that if you do have any questions there. And then lesson 3, you've got your interactive textbook, your reading quiz, and then also the video lesson that goes along with this one. And so a lot of these will have these video lessons as well. Just some added information that'll be useful for you to know. I recommend watching that before you're taking the reading quiz. It'll help you out a lot with that as well. Homework in Maple TA, and you get into your first group assignment where you'll be meeting together as a group and working on this. So let's take a look at those instructions and what we've got going on here. And so it will have a spreadsheet typically with these that you'll work on, and notice you should be working on this spreadsheet together as a group. And so as you're meeting together, you should be working on this and doing this together. And then a lot of these assignments also have a quiz, so notice it mentions that quiz as well, and you should do that quiz while you're working together with your group members. And so all of that should be done together as a group. And so make sure you're meeting with your group, you're getting these assignments done. And so the way you'll do that is through Zoom. And so for this first week, I will have set up some facilitators. Each week we'll have a group facilitator. They're kind of in charge of the group for the week. The very first facilitator for this lesson 3 will need to set up these Zoom meeting URLs and send those to me. And so if you're the first facilitator, I will have contacted you. Hopefully you've been able to get that set up. If not, please let me know so that we can take care of that so you can have your meetings in Zoom and have those work okay. All right, let's go back out of here. Actually, I was going to show you that spreadsheet. So the group assignment spreadsheet, really similar to that very first one we did last week, where it's going to walk you through this quantitative reasoning process through a series of steps. And so make sure you're filling out all of those steps together as a group as you work on this assignment. And so I don't think anything too unusual in this one to watch out for. Just make sure you get together in your group and work on that, as well as the quiz. And so notice we do have actually 2 homework assignments. Homework A due up here, homework B due down here. Different, which I think they've got the same due dates. So make sure you get both of those homework assignments in. And our very last discussion here, where you're looking at conditional statements in the scriptures. And so again, like our other discussions, make sure your post has at least 8 sentences. Make sure it's a good post. Make sure you reply to at least 2 of your classmates. And make sure those are good and substantial posts as well. Alright, so that's lesson 3. Moving on to lesson 4. Same kind of thing we've got going on with your textbook, the video lesson, the reading quiz, your homework, and group assignment stuff that you'll be working on. And so let's take a look at the group assignment for this week, getting into some kind of budgeting situations. And so now you're really starting to work with Excel and starting to use some formulas in there. And so that's what you'll be working with here as you work with these different budgets and different monetary situations. And so make sure each of those get completed, as well as the quiz that goes along with that. And then this week you also have your very first case study. And so very similar to these group assignments in Excel, only this one's individual. You'll each be doing this on your own. And so some things to look for as you're filling this out. This one's a little bit more complicated of a spreadsheet, and so you'll want to start right here hovering over that. Notice that's what it says. And as you do that, it brings up some information to the right of that you'll want to read through. You can also find kind of some background information over here that you'll want to read through. And then so each of these steps, if you notice these little orange corners, if you hover over those, brings up some instructions that you'll want to read through. And you'll be filling things in over here, and it also gives you some hints as you go along. And so again, starting to use formulas and functions in Excel as you fill these in. You can check how you're doing. Down here we have a How Did I Do tab, and notice it's all errors right now because I haven't filled anything in. But you should see all those turn to green and correct as you're filling things in, as long as you're getting things right. And so I'll be looking at this page as part of my grading as I do this. And then also make sure you fill in here under step 5. I'll be looking at that as well when I do the grading here. And you also have this optional, if you want to fill in your own budget. You don't need to do this, but just for your own, if you want to work on that, it's a great idea. And that's your first case study. All right. Again, let me know if you have questions. I'm happy to help you answer those. You can post them to the discussion board, and we can all help each other out.